Alexander Aperture. What's up, man?
That was good.
How you feeling?
I'm great.
That's good. So, we're here in Atlanta?
Yes.
But you're not from Atlanta.
I'm not from Atlanta.
Just found out, but I thought you were.
I'm from South Bend, Indiana, home in Notre Dame. Most people don't know it. It's a small town. You know, a little over 100,000 people there.
So how did you end up in Atlanta?
So my mother lived here. I used to come back and visit in the summertime, and I loved Atlanta so much just because it's a big city. You know, I'm from this small town, 42 square miles, you know. So yeah, I don't know if you know anything about South, but yeah, it's not all that big. Just visiting my mother, I came back and forth and just fell in love with the big city in general. But I also do music, so I knew Atlanta was big, like on the music scene. So that was one of the things that interested me when I first came to Atlanta too. It's like, oh, I can come to Atlanta and get more into the music here. You know, it's the place to be for music, for hip hop. So
hey, it is the Motown, the new Motown, what they say. So you got into music.
I even did a little high school here, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I was coming back and forth around that time. Kind of messed my credits up while I didn't graduate.
Okay. So how long ago was that?
So I'm class of 07, but I didn't graduate. So I first came to visit 05, came back 06 to live here, moved back to Indiana in 07. I was just down here being a fuck up. My mama sent me back home. So yeah, I wasn't going to school and shit. Like I said, I knew I wasn't gonna graduate anyway. My credits was fucked up moving back and forth. Yeah, I just, you know, was focused on music. Like, you know, like I didn't have a camera in sight. I wasn't even thinking about being a videographer. That was, you know. So that happened the more I got into music, just filming for the people around me and got better at it and turned my hobby into a business, working with all the other artists I used to do music with. You know, I was even filming music videos with a MacBook. like literally, like a lot of people don't know that I was filming music videos with a MacBook with like the, you know, the webcam on there. Like I was literally like holding it up or propping it up on something, and I was editing music videos from that, yes. And they're still on YouTube. You can still go find some of them. Yep, some of the biggest artists, you know, they may not be like a household name, but like Ye Ali, Y-E Ali, Ye Ali. He's wrote for a lot of big singers. Like, yeah, he's one of the first people I did music video for MacBook.
So before that, you never picked up a camera?
So I mean, like little small handheld cameras, like just doing stuff of myself, but it wasn't anything that was like really edited with any type of sauce on it or nothing like that. It was just plain Jane, you know, just like, cause like I said, I did music, so I used to do videos called the Quick 16, and I would do one every week where I would just spit a quick 16 bars, just a quick verse. And you know, I had a little camera I was using for that, but like, yeah, once I started experimenting with the music videos, that was with the webcam, and then my boy bought a camera. It's like, here, bro, use this. So,
what camera?
You know, it was a Sony camera back then. Actually, it was a camcorder though. You know, where you can slide your hand in and hold. Yeah, it was a camcorder. And I want to say he told me it was one of the same cameras that they used to shoot the movie Cloverfield.
That's a nice camera. What'd you do with it?
We made some stuff. A lot of music videos, a lot of day in the life, just stuff in the studio. You know, I literally lived in the studio, you know, at one point in time. So yeah, I didn't have nothing but time on my hands then when I was just, experimenting with cameras and learning Final Cut, and, you know, what started with iMovie really back then, and then grew to Final Cut, you know, the new Final Cut. I had seen the old Final Cut, which looks nothing like the new Final Cut nowadays, but yeah, using iMovie, it looks like Final Cut, and once I found out about Final Cut, I was like, oh yeah, this is what I need. So
you was on a record label, and you would say that pushed you to, hey, I'm a videographer now.
So I was on an independent record label, and that's where I developed my skills of being a videographer. You know, that was like my first run. You know, really learning like editing and stuff. You know, like when I think about it, actually, I won't even say it was a long time ago. Like very first time, it was in high school here in Atlanta. Now, you know, the schools down here are totally different. So when I told you I went to school down here for a little bit, Riverwood and Sandy Springs was the school that I'm talking about. You know, Sandy Springs is a really nice area. So you can imagine, you know, the high schools over there compared to some of the high schools in the Midwest, you know, an hour and a half drive from Chicago, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. We actually had a video editing machine. Like, this machine was made to only edit videos. It was like a machine. It wasn't a computer with well, I mean, technically a computer, but you know, it's not like the traditional computer, like we know, like an HP or something with a program installed on it. It was a machine that was built for video editing, and we actually had a class on that, and it was really fun. But yeah, I won't say that had anything to do with, you know, the skills that I have today. It was just an experience, you know. But yeah, I remember vaguely any of the stuff that was on those screens or any of the buttons that I hit. Yeah, I don't even, I have no knowledge of, what kind of machine I was using then.
But that struck your like passion, like, curiosity, just like you just
that was just something there. I never, like I said, that was high school. That was before I had even ever seen a MacBook and thought about an iMovie or, you know. So, yeah, that just was something that happened. But yeah, as far as like you were asking, as far as, me doing the music kind of propelled me into being a videographer. Yeah, like I said, that's where I kind of developed the skills to do that. But once I seen people were willing to pay me for my talent, it was like, you know, I'm getting good at this. People are willing to pay me for this. Let's turn this hobby into a business. And that's what I did. I was like the $100 music video guy back in Indiana for a while in South Bend. I was just, doing $100 music videos. Had a little Sony camera. You couldn't even change the lens on it. It was like built in, a different one that we had got after the camcorder. And I mean, I just grew ever since then, you know. Yep, I've bought.
How many videos you was averaging a week? You remember back then? Because $100, people come running.
Yeah.
That's when you got a music video?
I'm gonna say about 4 or 5, maybe.
Okay.
You know, it just depends on the week, you know. It depends on the week. But yeah, a lot of artists were getting multiple videos because I was so cheap back then.
So how did you go from shooting music videos to now commercials? So when I moved to Atlanta, I was using Instagram at the time in 2014. I was looking through the hashtags and I would just find events and stuff like I would just, anything though, you know, and it started, like I was so used to shooting urban content like music videos and stuff. So naturally that's kind of like what I gravitated towards once I moved here. So when I started looking through the hashtags like ATL nights, Atlanta events, ATL nightlife, tonight in Atlanta, all these different hashtags, you know, I'm seeing all these flyers and some of them are, most of, like I said, what captured my attention was the urban stuff because that's what I was used to. So like the artist showcases and the performances. So I'm hopping in like artist DMs like, hey, you got a videographer to film your performance? You need somebody to film this show? You know, people would hit me back like, yeah, meet me there, you know. So yeah, like scrolling the hashtags and I would just jump in all these artist DMs like, yo, you need a videographer? So yeah, like, you know, I started applying that method to like anything that I seen. You know, it was just because I was just trying to get some money. I was just trying to do a shoot. It wasn't that, you know, I just needed to shoot for artists. It was like, nah, like, you know, yeah, I'm naturally gravitating towards that because I do music too, but, you know, I'm just trying to mix and mingle, get my feet wet, make some money, get out here and network. So, you know, I'm just hopping at anybody, then any events that I see, I screenshot it, I like it, screenshot it, you know, try to catch the heart in the screenshot, send it to them. Hey, you got a videographer shooting your event? You know, a lot of people don't, you know, a lot of people do. A lot of people, you know, now I don't recommend this today. You don't recommend what?
I mean, I'm not gonna say like soliciting your services. If you're soliciting your service for free, you know, that's different. But if you're soliciting your service in hopes to get money, I'm not gonna say it can't work, but it can be taken the wrong way sometimes. Or some people, you know, they're like, oh, you're reaching out to me, like, you know, like I even started to change the language up after that, you know, even when I was, and I started to see that some people, I was like, hey, have you secured a videographer for this event? You know, like secured as in like, you know, like paid a videographer deposit, like booked, you know, try to get that in their head so they get what I'm asking. Like, hey, do you have a budget for a videographer for this event? You know, just get right to it. And, you know, then some people say yes or no, or I have one, you know, a videographer already or whatever. But yeah, like a lot of people don't like that, you know. I mean, it's different if it's just like a simple question, you know, something like that. But like, I guess more of what I really like myself personally don't like are like just spammy stuff, like people sending me links and different stuff, you know, just random stuff that they find funny that they might think I find funny, sending me people's lives. Like Yeah, or their lives. You know, I understand that's promotion and stuff, but it's like people need to do it the correct way. You know, if I'm not somebody you talk to like on a, you know, that often, if we don't have that close of a relationship to just be sending each other like just silly random shit that we're gonna laugh at or whatever, like you don't really, you know what I'm saying? Or if it's not related directly to my profession and what I do, and you're trying to send me like some tips, like check out this camera or check out what these videographers doing or something like that, then like I really don't want you sending it to me.
Who gave you the name Commercial King? How did you get that stamp?
The Commercial King. The people, you know,
Okay.
people were saying it, so the Commercial King I am. It was like, it wasn't, I feel like it was like one specific person that said it to me. And I don't want to say the name because I don't want to quote him wrong. I don't specifically remember. And then I think I just ran with it after that one person that said it. It was like, you know what? I am the king of this. Like, you know, I'm the Commercial King. Like, you know. And I mean, I say that in terms of, I mean, not only just because other people said it and other people agree with it, but like in my lane, you know, there's different videographers and cinematographers and people that, you know, there's people like, I don't write scripts and treatments and stuff. So some people that might look at me like, you know, how you the Commercial King and you don't write scripts and you don't, you know what I'm saying? Well, there's a crew, there's a team. So, you know, anything that you need, I can make happen. But my job, I shoot and I edit. That's what I do, you know, and I'm damn good at that. So I stay in my lane and I'm the Commercial King at that. You know, if you need a script writer, I got a script writer for you. You need a treatment, I got that. You need voiceover, I got somebody for you. You know, photographer, special effects, anything you need. That's why I tell people, you want to walk on water, we can make it happen. But I'm only going to film and edit.
What tips would you give for commercial shooting?
For commercial shooting, okay. So for commercial shooting, and this is kind of like, for me, just in general, I say, if it's no audio, shoot it in 60 frames a second and slow it down. You know, it's going to look more dramatic. It's going to be more entertaining, in my opinion. And if you don't have the steadiest hand or a stabilizer, slowing that footage down is really going to help your jitters and shakes not be as noticeable. So that's the first thing that I would tell you. If you're just, you know, you're just shooting content with no dialogue, 60 frames a second. But if it's dialogue, you know, if somebody's speaking, you know, now if it's just something short and sweet, like it doesn't necessarily have to be in 24 frames a second, but that's what like most interviews and stuff are done in, you know, when people are speaking for extended periods of time. This is one thing, this is one tip I'll tell you, definitely any videographer, is to overshoot. Make sure you have more than enough content to make it happen. And I don't just mean holding these long shots drawn out for 10 minutes in one spot, redundant. Like, no, that's not what I mean. I mean, like, I'm the guy, I'll look at something and I'll see 3 different ways to shoot it. So that way I have options. Especially if there's something that say I might have missed that the client wanted in there. It was like, oh, well, you can see it in this other angle that I got when I was focused on something else, you know, because I might have shoot a wide shot, I might shoot a close-up shot, and I might shoot it on the side. You know, I just shoot multiple angles sometimes of different things. And sometimes, it's not just for me having extra content in case I don't like a shot or something.
You must have
an
unfortunate experience.
I mean, nothing too crazy.
Okay. Like,
Nothing too crazy.
I got that shot. I had a better shot than mine.
I mean, there are like little things, like some people have said like, oh, you forgot to get the, you know what I'm saying? And that's why like a shot list helps. I'll tell people like, you know, if you have like a specific, you know, if something that you want to get captured, you know, you need to make a shot list. Like, at least you must get these things, and then everything else, just do your thing.
Teach people about ads. Somebody that doesn't understand.
Somebody that doesn't understand ads.
What? Because some people believe. Some people ask me, should I be spending $800 for $5? You know what I'm saying? So, school the kids.
Think about when you're on social media and you're on Instagram and you're on Facebook, or when you're on Google or anything. Like, you could have just been talking about something with somebody, and a lot of people think they phone listening to them. Or you could have just been Googling something, you know, looking up something, and now you're on some website, or now you're on social media and you start seeing sponsored ads about what you were just looking up. So that's how I look at it, like in the reverse. So like, imagine you have a product or a service that you want to offer to people. And, you know, there is an automatic feature that you can set it on and just let Instagram automatically target the type of people that follow you. Or you can go and make a specific, you know, like
like a targeted demographic that you're marketing to. It's like a specific age range, male or female, and what city. You can get you can get down to like a certain like mile range diameter if you just want to do it in a certain area.
And you do this through Instagram.
I do it through Instagram. You can do it through Facebook. So some people, Facebook owns Instagram, right? So I do it through Instagram because Instagram is so, it's user friendly. On Facebook, it's a little bit more complex, but you do get a little bit more features and more, options and control over doing things, where you can get real tedious with it. But I guess as busy as I am, since I'm already high demand, it's like for me, it's like Instagram is good enough for right now until I can, have like a team of people and, a secretary and a manager. To all I have to do is just run ads, and then everything else is gonna happen. The secretary is gonna get the emails, is gonna find the videographer, is gonna pay them, is gonna pay me my percentage for connecting the video. You get what I'm saying? So until I have a system in place, this is what it is.
So can you help people with their budgeting for ads, and what can they expect?
Oh yeah, the budgeting. So
what can they expect to get in return off that particular budget?
So with the ads, you can run them to different places too. So you can run it to a website, you can run it to your messages or to your profile. To your Instagram profile, just take them right to your page so you can see what you got going on. A link, like whatever link is in your bio, website. So, for me, it's my link tree, and then I have several different links, and they're all title based, and you can find whatever you're looking for in there, or something you're not looking for and get upsold, or you can send them to your DM. A lot of times I was doing that, it's just getting right to the point. Somebody sees something they like, there's, hey, how much is a commercial like this? You know what I'm saying? I know it came right from the ad because it'll have like the video right there. It'll look like as if they responded to a story sometimes. So so the ads I just ran today, I mean, like in the past 2 years, I've ran over $20,000 in ads. Now, that might sound like a lot, $10,000 a year on ads, but there's people that spend $10,000 a month on ads, and I'm not just talking like, like just big corporations like Walmart, you know what I'm saying? There's like, just like local entrepreneurs, people that look like us that's doing this, But today I just ran a couple ads, for like 25 bucks a piece, but it's just for the day. So like sometimes I just, you can run the ads, you can extend them out to like run for 30 days. At least on Instagram you can. I don't know what extra features Facebook might give you, but on Instagram you can run it out for 30 days. You can set however much money you want to spend each day for 30 days. Okay. Right, so I say you're not really that, unless you spend at least like 10 bucks, you probably won't even notice, like, you might get a few likes or something, but nobody probably might not, engage, like whatever you're trying to do, sell a product or a service or something, unless you just get lucky off of a $5. But unless you spend like at least $10, you probably won't see like a, but I've spent $100 on one ad sometimes just for one day. And like, that's just cause I want something to happen that day is why I spend it, because like, money come fast, money gets spent fast. So it's like, I just came off a good 4th of July weekend. It's like, I need to make my money back today. Another good thing I say about ads too is that you can reap the benefit of it before you have to pay for it. And then the better you do at spending and paying your bill, and you build this, rapport with Facebook and Instagram, they'll allow you to keep raising your threshold to how many dollars in ads you can spend before you have to pay for it. Now, what I was doing when I was testing it out and, not necessarily having the money to pay the bill, I would just take the debit card off of the Facebook account. So that way, when it's time for them to bill me at the end of the month, I know they ain't gonna be able to get it, but I know I can't run any more ads until I pay that bill. Right? So it's like, all right, well, when I'm ready to run ads again, then I'll pay the bill.
So it's like credit, kind of like they.
Yeah, I guess it's like credit. Yeah, or once you reach that threshold. So like starting out, I think they'll give you like $100 limit, right? Okay. So if you spend like over $100, I guess in your first day, then they're gonna bill you for that $100, But if your spend is $10 a day for 10 days, it's gonna bill you on the 10th day for the $100, or just at the end of every month,
You know, so if you start running the ads on the 24th, it's gonna bill you on like the 29th or the 30th. It's at the end of the month regardless, not 30 days from the day you start running the ads. But like, yeah, like my threshold is all the way up to like $1,000 right now. They let me run $1,000 in like ads. And that's just what I have it up to right now. Like, you know, I could probably raise it higher. That's just where it's at right now.
Is that where you get the majority of your clients?
I won't say that's where I get the majority of my clients, but I'll say it really has helped. And, you know, because you know, they say word of mouth is like the best, you know, marketing and referral that you can have. You know, it's other people bragging about you and what you do and how good you are. So I think that has really helped a lot, you know, and then working with a lot of popular people. Like I said, like, you know, Mr. and Miss 2 Weeks Out are popular. Marlo Hampton is really popular. Dr. Heavenly is really popular. You know, I filmed for a lot of verified people on Instagram. I filmed events that the mayors hosted. You know, yeah, like, you know, I've been in a lot of different rooms. I filmed, you know, Tyrese's birthday party at his mansion, met the former mayor there.
Do you feel like you reached success?
Yeah, I've definitely reached success. I'm definitely successful, you know, coming from where I'm coming from and looking like how I look. You know, I could have been in, you know, in a lot of worse situations. So like, yeah, you know, I've succeeded right there. Just being a black man over the age of 30, you know. So I'm 32, I just look like this. And that's a lot, like another thing, like when you have a service that everybody can use, it allows you to barter with so many different types of people. Because not everybody needs a hairstylist. Not everybody, you know, everybody should have a chef, but not everybody needs a trainer. Not everybody needs a personal chef. They might know how to cook. I'm single bachelor, I can't cook shit. I'm in somebody's restaurant every 2-3 times a week or more. Right? But yeah, that's why it's easier for people like in my field and stuff similar to it to barter and network with so many different people, because every business needs a videographer, needs photos, they need a logo, they need a graphic designer, they need a website, they need a marketer and brander. You know, every company and business needs this.
For your commercial videos, have you noticed what does better? Because you know with Instagram now, just Instagram, we got those reels, we got those IGTVs and whatever else they're creating right now. Do you notice, do you pay attention to that, or do you notice?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, you know, if it's longer than a minute, then you can't run a sponsored ad on it, which is, you know, why my prices are structured for, you know, 1 minute or less videos for commercials, essentially, you know, for people to run sponsored ads on it. If it's longer than a minute, then you can't run a sponsored ad on it, you know. So videos that are longer than a minute go on IGTV. You know, it's usually reserved for interviews, you know, vlogs, you know, just longer content in general, you know. Stuff that you're not trying to run an ad on it. You know, like that's why the Marlo Hampton birthday video was on IGTV. She's not trying to run an ad on it. You know what I'm saying? But so yeah, that's what IGTV is for the longer videos. And then yeah, for the reels, I mean the reels are cool. I feel like the reels was kind of you know, like the platforms steal from each other and you know. So I feel like that was some Instagram almost just implemented because of TikTok. You know, that's my take on it, but I mean, it's cool. I guess it's another way for people to add music to their videos and not have to worry about getting flagged. You know, because that same song you might add not from a reel, just putting it on a video, they might flag. Now, of course, you know, you can sometimes dispute it, it'll go right back up. Sometimes you dispute it, it takes 7 days for them to respond. Sometimes it's just blocked indefinitely. You know, it just depends. But yeah, that's one way people can get music on their videos. And I know the reels do perform well for some posts, more like videos of you doing stuff, you know.
Okay. And that's good to know that you're not able to sponsor an ad unless it's 1 minute or less. And
you can't run sponsored ads on reels either.
Dang.
Nope. So that's the part that sucks about it. You might want the cool music on your video and you want to run an ad on your video with this cool song on it, but it's gonna get flagged unless you use it as a reel. But sometimes
you use like certain amount of seconds.
Yeah, I mean some songs they flag, some songs they don't. It's not really black and white. It's a lot of songs that they don't flag. It's some stuff they'll come back and flag after like 2 or 3 years that it's been posted on your page. You know, now I mean I have like a copy and paste for both, like for Instagram and for Facebook. I have like some I just copy and paste that I wrote out that kind of like probably forces a person to read it and not just a computer sending everything through the system because everybody's just typing, I do not own the rights to this music, probably in the dispute box. Yeah, they've restored over, you know, probably over 15 videos, you know, that probably over 15, 20 videos that Instagram has blocked, and I've, you know, typed my message and copy and pasted or whatever, and you know, they have up to 7 days to respond. And sometimes they probably just either don't respond because they're so busy, and you know, they're getting thousands of these messages and they can't respond, you know. But then sometimes I'm assuming that they might just let it slide, you know, because my reason is legit. They say I'm a videographer. Like, look, ain't nobody I'm not duplicating, redistributing, your music or nothing. I'm not trying to resell your song on iTunes or nothing. It's just background music on my video.
More than a shooter. Let's talk about it.
More than a shooter. More Than a Shooter started as an EP that I put out because I still do music. So I put an EP out maybe back around like February or something like that, called More Than a Shooter. Because, you know, people like to put you in a box, and it's like, look, bro, nah, this ain't all I do. I'm more than a shooter, you know. So, you know, I hated that, like, people try to like limit you and tell you like, you know, like, this is what you know, like, nah, like, this is not all that I do. This is just something that I do that I'm good at, you know. But I do a lot of things, you know. I know it's other shooters that can definitely relate, other videographers and photographers, you know. So it's like, yeah, let's make this a clothing line. But then I was like, you know what? Even more people can relate. You know, nobody wants to be put in a box, you know, and just given a label and it's like, all right, that's it. That's all you do. And I mean, sometimes that could just, you know, that means you're really good at that specific thing. So sometimes it could be a compliment, you know, from some people, but at the same time, it's, you know, for me, it's like, I don't like to just be labeled as one thing, you know what I'm saying? Because I do so many things, especially like when one of the things that I'm really good at is not my passion, which is videography. I got into this because I do music, so music is what I really love. You know what I'm saying? Not videography. So it's like, don't just put me in a box of being a videographer, because this is not even my passion. This is just something that I'm good at.
Where do you see your brand going?
Where I see my brand going? So yeah, I definitely see it going to a place where it can be just running like liquid, like water. Like I said, just smooth once I get a solid system in place. I had a website that I was working on. I like to call it the Airbnb of shooters. Basically, you go to the website and, you know, you pick a category: video, photo, drone, editing, whatever, and then you just pick a person. You know, I might be on there, I might not, I might be booked up, I might not. You pick the person, and I mean, you pay them, and you know, you schedule your day and your shoot with them, and I would just get my percentage off of that. You know, so that was like one of the systems that I had in place, but the website is kind of buggy, so I need to get it built over with a different theme and stuff. So that was like one of my process, but I know I'm gonna figure it out, just a different way to make everything run much more smoothly as a system. But yeah, eventually I won't shoot though. You know, one day I won't touch a camera.
That's the ultimate goal?
I say
autopilot pretty much.
I say that's my ultimate goal, and it's like, yes, but at the same time, I mean, because I have other means of income too, you know, I mean, not just the clothing line and the videography, but you know, I do Turo, I do Airbnb, Peer Space, you know, other ventures like that. So yeah, and, you know, I still get, you know, chump change, real crumbs off my music streaming. I love music. Like I said, that's my first love, it's my passion. So, you know, I want to do more music. I want to do more music videos. Yeah, that's more what I want to do. More music videos and more music, and just keep dropping. And then yeah, you know, I got a little taste of acting. I want to do more acting. You know, I took a couple acting classes. I was background on Greenleaf and background on Black Lightning. You don't even see me on Black Lightning, but you see me on Greenleaf.
That's what's up. How'd you get to that?
I mean, my sister sent me some. It's like they're doing like background. They're looking for people to act, background actors and stuff. So I was like, you know what, I'll do it. So I went and got some headshots, did. You know, I hired a professional, a really dope, you know, photographer, Vic Supreme. Same one that designs my logos, actually. I sent them pictures in and they picked me. I ain't gonna say it was just because of the pictures. I mean, there were some damn good pictures, you know, my man's, he do dope work. But I mean, it was background, you know, so they just needed some extra people to be in the crowd and just different random positions. But yeah, I mean, they hit me back, told me to be there. You know, I was on set all day. I was cold, I was outside. It was the winter time. They gave us hand warmers. Don't be afraid to take risks. Believe in yourself, stay consistent. Always stay consistent, you know, because it might not look like it's working today, but it's gonna work tomorrow. It's gonna work next week. You know, they say, like, you know, tomorrow could have been your breakthrough, but you quit today. You know, I don't know if you ever seen that, you know, that meme, you know, where like dude is digging for gold and then it's like right there. It's like one more swipe with the little thing and he can get to the other side of the wall of dirt. But it's like he just quit like right there, you know. So it's like, yeah, just stay consistent, you know. It ain't gonna happen overnight. Morethanashooter.com or morethanAverage.shop. To cop the merch, more than a shooter, more than a trainer, more than a dancer, more than a broker, more than a realtor. I got a lot of them on the way, right? Yeah, and follow me on all platforms, Alexander Aperture on all platforms. Aperture, Aperture, Alexander Aperture. And yeah, check out the Lifestylish magazine. I am featured in this.